Elon Musk's promise for a revolution in EV battery technology is about to be fulfilled, as Tesla has unveiled a new battery that will last for 100 years. The latest revelation addresses one of the biggest concerns about electric vehicles. Most consumers are hesitant of the transition towards EVs because they think that the batteries will start underperforming and need replacing after a few years. This will drive up the cost and create problems for car owners. These concerns are not without reason, as the EV batteries currently in use last only about 10 years on average. However, with changes to battery chemistry, Tesla is manufacturing a battery that will outlast the vehicle itself and will even be used in 3 to 4 vehicles in its lifetime. A battery is the most essential component of an electric vehicle. It is the powerhouse of the vehicle, and all the performance metrics are dependent on a solid battery. Elon Musk has always recognized the fact that for electric vehicles to truly take over the world, batteries need a major makeover. To make Elon's mission successful, Tesla batteries have gone through major changes over the past few years. For the first few years of its inception, Tesla, like many of its competitors, relied on cobalt, nickel, and aluminium battery chemistry for its vehicles. While those early cobalt batteries provided a higher energy density, they were very expensive and vulnerable to supply chain disruptions. However, a much bigger issue with cobalt batteries is the ethical sourcing of raw materials. Cobalt is a depleting raw material, and more than 50% of the world's cobalt reserves are found in Democratic Republic of Congo. The country produces more than 70% of the world's cobalt, but it is procured at a major risk of human rights abuses and the use of child labor. Similarly, sourcing nickel also comes at a high environmental cost, as there are similar concerns that most of the waste produced from its extraction is dumped into the sea. Because of these complex issues, Elon Musk decided to diversify batteries. He promised Tesla users a battery revolution and announced Tesla's first major battery diversification last year. Building a better battery is a relatively straightforward process, especially for someone like Elon Musk. One way to do it is to introduce new materials into the conventional lithium-ion battery technology. Battery chemistries based on new combinations may even be better for electric vehicles and provide substitute ways to procure batteries in case of any supply chain disruptions. One of these novel combinations is called a lithium-ion phosphate, or LFP battery, which uses lower-cost materials in the battery's cathode. LFP batteries are therefore much more affordable, long-lasting, and generate a high power output. In addition to that, they are much more environment-friendly in comparison to cobalt batteries. By the end of last year, more than half of Tesla vehicles were using LFP batteries, including the Model 3 that reached a 267 miles range. Tesla Powerwalls, Powerpacks, and Megapacks also switched to LFP batteries in hopes of major cost reductions that will translate into more Teslas on the road. Even though the LFP batteries signaled a big improvement, there are still many issues to overcome. LFP cells have a lower energy density, which means they offer lower range for the same weight as other cells. Cold weather also affects these cells more, which means that some of Tesla's models don't work well at lower temperatures. The improvement on the climate front has been notable, but the problem with the recycling of batteries remains as big an issue as ever. Most of the batteries currently in use will end up in landfills at the end of their life cycle, where they'll decay and leak. As batteries get older, their chemicals will soak into soil and may potentially contaminate groundwater and surface water. So even though LFP batteries allow automakers to build more batteries for less money and reduce EV production costs, it is a no-brainer that battery technology needs another major upgrade. For the EV transition to be complete, batteries will need to last much longer. And that is exactly the issue that Tesla has tackled with this new battery that will last over a century. The concept was discussed in a recent paper in the Journal of the Electrochemical Society, and the man behind this latest revelation is one of the world's leading experts on battery technology, Jeff Dahn. Any Tesla fan would know how important Jeff Dahn has been for Tesla over the years. He is a pioneer of the lithium-ion batteries that are used in most EVs today. And along with his research group at the Dalhousie University, he is working to make batteries better than ever before. For Dahn and his team, the future of EV batteries lies in an increased energy density. It will make the batteries last longer and make electric vehicles available at decreased costs. As of now, the highest energy density known to humanity is provided by fossil fuels such as gasoline. The difference is so great that man-made battery packs are less than 100 times as energy dense as fossil fuels. However, that energy density comes at a huge cost to the climate, and the only way forward is to work on improving the battery technology that we have today. Jeff Dahn, Tesla, and Elon Musk have joined hands to achieve that goal. Dahn was also behind Tesla's idea for a million-mile EV battery pack in 2020. However, now it seems like that idea is history, because Dahn's new proposal has the potential to breach the 4 million-mile mark. In the paper titled Nickel-Based Battery Chemistry as a Superior Alternative to LFP for Long-Lived Low-Voltage Lithium-Ion Cells, Dahn and his co-authors talk about a new battery chemistry that offer more range with fewer battery cells. The basis for this new design is to bring back the use of nickel in the battery mix. Using nickel gives the battery a much higher energy density, which ensures a higher range for electric vehicles. Despite retaining most of the advantages offered by nickel, the battery described in this paper still competes with LFP batteries on metrics like range, energy density, cost, and longevity. The new batteries have also shown a greater durability than traditional lithium-ion batteries when charged at various temperatures. The best results can be observed in a hypothetical situation where the battery is always used at a temperature of 25 degrees. In this case, the battery life would exceed 100 years, more than 10 times the batteries currently in use. According to the paper, the battery's life cycle also greatly exceeds that of the LFP cells at 40, 55, and 70 degrees centigrade. Behind this magic is a special electrolyte containing lithium FSI salt instead of the conventional lithium PF6 electrolytes. And that is not all. The new design will function just as effectively without the use of cobalt. This will help overcome the fears of supply chain disruption and make the battery manufacturing process much more ethical. Tesla has unsurprisingly extended its cooperation with Dahn's group for another 4 years, and it is quite possible that batteries with a 100-year shelf life will become commonplace by then. Till then, Tesla is focusing on bringing EV costs down with in-house battery production. The main focus of Tesla's in-house production are the new 4680 lithium-ion batteries that can hold close to 5 times more energy than the smaller 2170 cells previously in use. Tesla produced its 1 millionth 4680 cell in January, which would be enough to use in 1,200 Model Ys. With 4680 cells produced at one of its facilities, Tesla aims to boost the driving range of its vehicles by more than 50%, while cutting battery costs in half. Elon Musk and Tesla still have some way to go before realizing their goals, but with collaborations with Panasonic and LG already underway, it might not take long. According to one estimate, the world makes less than 10% of the EV battery cells that it will need a decade from now. The only way to achieve the required number is through battery diversification, which will not just help in meeting production goals, but also make EVs more affordable and ethical. Thankfully, Elon Musk and Tesla have taken note, and it seems like the much talked about Battery Day is upon us. With a battery that can last for a century, electric vehicles are about to change forever.